Hey guys, this is Nick coming to you with a live stream. I will give time for everyone to join the stream. Just going to, all right. While we give it time, I'm just gonna do a few dailies. It's still early. Welcome to the stream. Hey guys, give it a bit more time. If you have question, you can go away right now. Today what I'm planning to do is we'll go over the patch note for sure. We'll do a few review question as usual, and then later on I'll also ask everybody in the chat to write a word, and then I'll do a giveaway, 2 codes giveaway. Making sure I did my things here. I need to do this one. I can do it now actually. Today is the King of the Hill gathering event, so that's why I am a little bit high on EP and other stuff. I've not done all my mission because I've been focusing on gathering to get some points. All right. Give it a little bit more time, and then I'll get away around 7:05. I'll get started with the patch notes. If nobody has any questions, I need to put some damage for the non-boss. Actually, I'm gonna do. I think I've opened the, no, yeah, there it is. Gonna be ready in a few to do the patch note review. A few more are joining. We'll start the patch note in a moment. Ninetale. So I have a question already. While we wait for people, I will answer this right away. So someone is asking, what is better? Is it Loki with Ninetale or with Fufei? I personally think that Ninetale nowadays is better. It used to be Fufei. It's also why I went with Fufei in the first place. So before the buff to Ninetale, Fufei was better. After the buff to Ninetale, I think Ninetale is actually better with an immortal like Loki, because of the spell he is going to use the most is going to be infinite firepower and energy mastery. The Ninetale is going to give a decent buff to Loki from the ultimate and the crit chance. I don't think I have her unlocked. So what is really good with a Ninetale is you are going to get the damage increase, 20% for the back row, and the trigger chance for your infinite firepower. I personally really like it. I think nowadays she is better than Fufei matched with the Loki, but it's not too far. It's not a huge difference, because at the end of the day, because I have Fufei, I'm able to bring 3 damage skill. If you do a Ninetale, you're going to end up having to do a energy mastery, infinite firepower, and fighting master. My fighting master at the moment, I'm holding it on Fufei because my artifact is not max. My energy regen is not super high, so I'm making sure she stays untouched. But to answer your question, I prefer Ninetale. Okay, another question. Should I stay with Hippo if I want to try getting Ragnar? Or should I work on YSS, then wait for Ragnar? Do you have Trajan at the moment and Hippo? This is why you're looking to either use Hippo for now, do YSS, and then later on get Ragnar. Who else is in your team at the moment? Okay, so you're currently running a Trajan Hippo frontline. I wouldn't, if your main team is Fire with a Trajan Hippo at the moment, Wu and another support, I would not invest in YSS before I invest in Ragnar. So keep using Hippo for now. Use Hippo, invest into your Ragnar right away. Once Ragnar is strong enough, replace Hippo for Ragnar. Put your Hippo into your second team. You have your main team almost done. Keep working on the specialization. Keep maxing out your main team first. This is 2 King of the Hill Immortal already in Trajan and Ragnar. You won't get to work on your YSS for your second team very later on. So don't do YSS at the moment. Just keep focusing on a Ragnar. All right, so while you guys can still send questions, there's a few more people now. I'll start with the quick patch notes. It is not the biggest patch notes, but there is 2 nice things that will be coming with the patch notes this time around. The first one is going to be the Immortal Affinity. And then the, where is it? Asteria event is going to be back. So let's get to the patch note right away. The first one is going to be a affinity system. A lot of games has this. It's something that Infinity Kingdom has not added yet. So this is going to change next patch. I think this is quite decent. Overall, it's a lot of content that a lot of players I think will enjoy. The one thing I would say though about the affinity system is I wonder how it's going to be set up and when it's actually going to be available for player. Because I do think when you are later on in the game at my stage with a lot of things already maxed, waiting for new content, it's always nice to have a new feature like this. But when it's really early for players, they have a lot of things to work on. It can be very overwhelming, so we'll have to see exactly how it's going to work. But this seems to be more as a collection, sort of a add-on to do while you play the game. And it's also going to give you a little bit of a boost. They do mention that it's going to get some boost, but most of it is like this one, story content unlock when it reach higher level. And then rare insignia reward when you get to level 30. It's also mentioning a few attribute boosts. So this is where we're gonna have to see what this boost is. There are a few new additions to the game that was very underwhelming on the number of boosts that it gave, and some other that was just not something we could skip at all, like the Stardust system. So we'll have to see how much this is going to affect the overall power of our Immortal. This one, the Battle of Asteria, we had this a long time ago. It used to be for farming artifacts. When back, I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when the artifact was released, they added that event. And this event is quite nice. It's one that you do by yourself. As you do it by yourself, once you reach the max level, or I think it's a threshold, maybe 20, the system kind of keep tracks of everybody in your alliance that do this event. Once you reach a certain threshold, you can spawn a boss. Only the R5 and 6 in your alliance is going to be able to spawn this boss. And then you need to kill the boss with your friends at the same time. That's one thing though, you need to be online when the alliance spawn the boss, because if you don't attack it, you're not going to get any of the reward. So in this case, they change the reward from the artifact to this affinity system one. I think from the information that I've seen here, it's going to be very similar. You are going to do your individual challenge. First, you're going to spawn this mob. It's not a gnome. It's not a... It looks a little bit like an altar. I don't know if I have any... Like a runes altar. But you spawn it near a castle, and as you can battle one, example level 1, you kill it, you're going to be able to spawn level 2, and you go on. You have different difficulty for players. If you're very strong, you do the highest. Of course, you get more reward out of it. You can either attack it like a gnome, or you can also rally it like this, and the goal is to just max all of them, right? You need to kill all of them. Once you have killed all of them, you spawn the boss. I don't know if the boss is going to be the same way, but we used to only be able to spawn it once per event. This was not a problem, but it really varies on your alliance. Again, if you're not always on when the main events is happening to your alliance, you might need to wake up to do it, so it really depends. But it's really a nice event overall. I'm glad they brought it back. It's not too much work for them neither. We'll have to see. Again, this time around is going to be affinity points that we're going to gain. Then this is more a quality of life tweak. Good for alliance, stats, email. The Forge, we're going to see a new interface. Don't know exactly how it's going to be. But the Forge is something that everybody uses daily, so it's always nice if they are going to tweak it to a better system. We'll have to see. Right now it looks like this. We'll see how it's going to look after the update. So here, preparation for Conquest and Legendary. This is really good. I think overall 14 days was too much. Now it's 7 days. The only thing that they'll need to be careful about is they need to make sure that the period where here it says from 5 to 2, that 2 days plus the period that you can still migrate is going to be long enough for player to actually have the time to migrate. Now, I personally like it. I think 14 days and then there's like almost another 14 days of matching was too long. It was almost a month of KVK. Now it's going to be a lot shorter, almost by half. So this is quite nice. But this is it for the patch note. I think it's very small. Overall, it's good that we get an infinity system, which is new. It's good that they bring back Asteria, an event for not only yourself, but also the Alliance, which is cool. This is all good. I would really like for the next patch to have a lot more optimization. Immortal tweaks, skill tweaks, maybe some of my top 5 recommendation of the game change that we need could be included as well. Like the castle skin will be pretty cool as well. But we'll see. We'll have to see. I have another question here. I'm going to switch back to game. For a March with Fire Dragon, can I use Himiko, Fufei, Bjorn, and Ragnar? Yes, you can do that. The dragon is going to be okay, even if you don't get a elemental buff. Example, if you use a dragon here and then you have kind of a Rambo team, it's fine. The issue will come in 2 pairs. First, if you use a fire dragon and you don't have a fire immortal, as I explained in one of my recent video, your carry is not going to get the second part, which is whenever your fire immortal receive a buff, they get 10% damage. So your Himiko in your March is going to be a solo carry and she's going to not get this buff. It's normal for Himiko players to not get the buff because not a lot of players have a Shadow Dragon strong enough to put in their main March. The thing about the Fire Dragon that I'm not the biggest fan about, however, is the fact that the Fire Dragon, is going to make Himiko quite vulnerable after the first 15 seconds, I would say. Because the Fire Dragon is about burst, like most of the Fire team. You get a lot of damage from the true damage from the Flaming Breath. You get good crit from here, the Intense Roar. But then you don't really get anything when it comes to sustain that you get with the Earth Dragon. Now, Himiko, one of her struggle is her energy. With Energy Mastery and Corrosive Power, it gets a little bit better. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that her energy is quite low. So when you want to play with a Fire Dragon, you want a lot of damage early on from infinite firepower, but also from the Immortal itself. Here you see the Wu is way higher on energy regen. So the Wu is going to ult way before a Himiko would ult in a fire team. This is why Fire Dragon with Himiko is not the most popular. You lose too much from the sustain from the Earth Dragon, and her energy is too low to start with. This is also a problem with Khan, so you don't see a lot of Fire Dragon with Khan. The Wu is a lot higher. You can look at Loki, which is also a little bit higher. Loki do a little bit better with the Fire Dragon, but it's not as high as Wu, right? But it's still a little bit higher than Himiko. For your Alex March, the best first token skill is going to be Assembly Charge. The first skill you want to get for your Alex is going to be this one right here, Assembly Charge. It's going to make your Alex a very good carry, especially if you're running a solo carry Alex. This is the one to go for. And then you can think about No Escape, Guard as the 2 other best option. But the first one I would focus on damage. Okay, so the player that was thinking about replacing a Earth Dragon into a Himiko, Fufei, Bjorn, and Ragnar is using an Earth Dragon at the moment is because you want to do something like this, right? You want to use a Alex and a Khan. Yes, this March, I've tried it. It's way better if I have an Earth Dragon, especially because I have 2 low-level red skill on my Alex, but I don't have anything on my Khan. He's actually a support. So the buff from the dragon is way better if it's a Earth Dragon for my Alex. But this is my main March. The Earth Dragon is just at the moment so strong that I cannot put the Lightning Dragon here to make my first March a little bit weaker, but my second March a little bit stronger. Because this is my main March, the difference is too high. The Earth Dragon on my main March has to stay there, at least for now, because it's just too good. It's just too good. And my Lightning Dragon is not fully maxed, but it's still pretty high. As you can see, it's already dust 46. It's 10-10. This one is dust 50, 10-10. There's about 10k difference on Power Dragon. But the main difference is because on my Lightning Dragon, I did not do the accuracy, right? But I don't need the accuracy if I'm going to do a Himiko anyway. So I'm not actually losing a lot of power when I switch between my Lightning and my Earth. But after testing, it's just not as good. I even use today's TOS. I knew I was going to lose to Momo. It's way too strong. But as you can see, I did some testing. Let me show you. This is match 2, round 2. Okay. The first one, this is the battle. First one, I was running the Lightning team here. It did nothing to his team, but it's normal. It's a Medusa, very strong team. But then I also ran the same team, but with the Earth Dragon. Look at the difference though. Like, I'm not taking any damage from his Apollo with really good skill, 9-tail. Alex with 3 red skill, YSS. This is an amazing second team. I'm not taking much damage. I'm doing a little bit of damage, not too much, but still better than my Lightning Dragon. Right? Like, even look at this one. I even lost to a second team. And I'm using the Lightning Dragon. This is the difference between the Lightning Dragon and the Earth Dragon. It's very overwhelming at the moment. The Earth Dragon, even after the Dragon buff 2 patch ago, the Earth Dragon got a buff as well, so it's still way stronger. What you could do is, if you can try it out for Arena and TOS, putting your Lightning Dragon like this. But for sure, when you're fighting for in KVK, definitely use your Earth Dragon. It's just too strong. I'm gonna go back to Assembly Charge as the first token skill for Alex. It's going to be quite high in level. I think it's level, let me see. I think it's higher than this. 1 second. It's here, 52. So if you're not level 52 yet, one of the skill that you could get that is still early level is Guard. Guard is quite low at 36. You will need Guard, in my opinion, for a solo Alex carry team. Guard comes in second, maybe third, maybe just after No Escape. But the reason you should focus on Assembly Charge if you can is Alex is honestly a different beast with Assembly Charge. Okay, another question here for my YSS, Alex, Himiko, and Quinn March. I wanted to make sure I'm running the right skill. You have Weakening Curse, Spring of Life, Fountain of Life on YSS. Knife Through Butter, Wind Rage, Assembly Charge are fully prepared on Alex. Himiko, you have Fighting Master, Energy Mastery, Infinite Firepower, Assist, Energy, Shield, and Life Protection on Quinn. You have something that is very similar to what I'm using when I'm using my Alex in my main team. So here you have Fighting Master instead. On your Quinn, you have Life Protection, Assist, and Energy Shield. You have Spring of Life, Weakening Curse, and Fountain of Life. I would definitely use Guard though. On your YSS, you're going to need Guard. Maybe remove Weakening Curse, put Guard. That would be something good for Alex. You don't need to if you... I mean, that's the thing. When you run Alex in your March, if you're going to run fully prepare, you don't need the guard 100% of the time, because fully prepare makes your Alex quite tanky. But if you want some damage out of your Alex, that means you're going to go knife through butter, wind rage, and assembly charge. No fully prepare, then you need guard. So it's up to you. Either you put fully prepare on your Alex, no guard on your tank, or you go with assembly charge with guard on your tank. When it comes to your Quinn, assist, LP, energy shield, that's fine as well. And your Himiko skill are fine for a Quinn. So your skill are all fine. The only one you need to be careful is if you don't run fully prepare, you need guard. Another question. A player is just about to start season 2. Just wanted to say thank you for all your video. Thanks a lot for the feedback. Well, if you have any question about your Woo March, you can always ask more questions, but I'm glad it helped your Woo March. I really like the fire team. I think it's a very nice setup. It can do a lot of damage quickly. I am eager though to see how much Grace is going to affect the crit team. This skill here, a lot of players are starting to get it for the first legendary season players. So when you look here at TOS, the younger server, so 38 are gonna have it. We can take a look. Maybe Magic Corn is already using it. We'll see. But they have already access to it. That's kind of unfair if you ask me. But some of these players already included that skill in their main. There you go. So this is the player main team, and he's now running Grace into his main team. This is quite good as a skill because it reduces the critical damage received by 50%, which is really, really good. There's no chance. It's just going to happen. It's going to be good against Medusa because Medusa does a lot of crit damage. Here, well, this time you see the crit is not as high, but still, this is always going to lose. It's a Medusa team. Kun is extremely strong. But this skill is going to help against Loki crit, Emiko crit, Khan crit, and also Medusa crit. We don't have access to it in my server yet. So if I go to Legion of Frostborn, I need one more season to have access to it. I only have Grawl and Grudge. Next season, after KVK, I'll have access to Grace. Yeah, so this is definitely a problem a lot of player has when it comes to once their main team is really well set up to start working on their second team. It becomes a lot on what you have left to play with. I personally were planning to use my Alex in my main team. I'm still using him sometime depending on who I'm fighting. So I need to use Alex in my second team as the main star or damage dealer because he's maxed out almost. So I don't want to leave him out of my second team, at least at the moment. And I also worked on my Lightning Dragon first because my fire is way lower. But there are different things that you can do, and a lot of players make these mistakes. I don't know if you've watched some of the videos I've done, I think it was last week, but a lot of players, what they are currently doing, because Loki is very cheap in the seasonal event, is they're replacing their Himiko with Loki. It's not that it's a bad thing to do. Loki will be stronger, but you have to remember when you do this, you end up like this player here. This is what he did, and a lot of players doing it. But when you're replacing your Loki, your Himiko with a Loki, you end up with a Himiko, even though you're giving them good skill like Corrosive Power, Energy, Psionic Tide, even Grudge. It's not an immortal anymore as it used to be because you're taking away infinite firepower and you're taking away energy mastery and you're taking away a fighting master. So you're making your Loki, which is a little bit better, way stronger than your Himiko, but you're making your Himiko almost useless. So this is something that you also have to think when you're thinking about who is going to fit in your second team. So maybe one of the options you could do is, instead of going Loki, maybe you can go Poseidon. Not because he's necessarily better than Loki, but because you're going to be able to keep your Energy Mastery Infinite Firepower on your Himiko, but you're going to be able to do something else with your Poseidon other skill, which is what I'm actually trying to do. I'm not sure yet. I currently have Himiko as my main carry and Alex as my second carry because they don't use the same skill. If I'm going to replace Himiko, I want to replace my Himiko with somebody that would use other skill. That at the moment is Apollo or Medusa. I cannot afford neither at the moment, which is why I'm waiting. But Khan would be another option, but Khan also use Energy Mastery. But at the very least, I would have Infinite Firepower still somewhere. So that's also something you need to think about when you're upgrading your first team and thinking about your second team. So why do I have a lot of skill maxed out that I don't use? It's over time, right? I've been playing this game for quite a long time. And what happened is at some point, maybe I was using, let me just go through an Immortal that has no skill. I mean, I was using Demonic Contract because Demonic Contract was good when it was released many years ago. Vitality's Touch, I sometimes still use it. If I am setting up my Athena with double healer and Alex as the solo carry, Athena is protecting my healing, I might put Vitality Touch somewhere. Battle Stance used to be good. I only use it for Gnomes and Time Rift Breaker. Nowadays, these are all bad. I just max them because I have enough to max them, but I don't use them. They're all bad. Lifelink, still decent. Coercion was good when Dodge was not broken. Toxin Barrier, at some point, it was really good. I just have enough to max them, right? So I max them. Like I have still a lot. I have a lot saved up too. I have a lot of Philostone as well. So I can afford it because I've been playing for a while. For my Earth Dragon, I am using the first skill. Let me show you. Earth Dragon. I'm using the first one, which is this one here. The reason I'm using the first one is, let me go into Open Arena. It's going to be easier actually. So the reason I'm using the first one is for the damage reduction, which is what I want the most for my Earth Dragon, and some of the additional true damage. Now, the reason I'm not using this one is because I'm not using Alex most of the time, at least at the moment, in my main team. So he's not with my Earth Dragon. This one is also an option though. This one is also one that I see a lot of players using Himiko set up with as well. But again, I prefer the first one. This one also triggers off normal attack. So it's better with a Alex as well, or Ares. But I don't do it. I do a double tank at the moment. Like this one here. I do Bjorn and Athena, which is working very well. I also even use assist on my Athena, which I don't necessarily recommend for everybody. The reason I'm using assist on my Athena is for two reasons. I'm going to put Fountain of Life on her to sustain. And Athena has a lot of physical defense, even if she's not maxed out yet. She really excels at taking damage on the physical side. And it allows me to still put an aura on my Fufei alongside Fighting Master. If I put assist on my Fufei, my Himiko is a little bit more protected, which is better. But my Fufei with assist at the moment from testing, she dies too quickly. She's not able to sustain the assist. And two, if I do assist, Fighting Master, assist, Fountain of Life, and then Life Protection, because Fountain of Life will allow me to sustain assist a little bit more, I lose a aura spot. I don't want to lose an aura. I really like aura in this game. I have Divine Blessing, I have Art of Arcana, and I have Spring of Life. I really like these three for this team. So I don't I tried moving my assist to the front line. It's been working well. I have the Loki, but it's not max like Himiko in specialization. So Loki, I think, becomes good enough around spec 4 or 5. The star on your artifact around silver and 3 stars. If he has 20 dust, I can give you a good example. Loki is a lot stronger nowadays, but he started using his Loki when it was about 200k power, so way below. If you look at his Himiko, when his Himiko was into his main team, it was about 210. So Loki is definitely going to start doing better at around 20. The star around 3, silver, 20 dust. You can start testing him in your main team for sure. Loki is very strong. One of the best thing about Loki compared to Himiko is the energy regen is, although it's not amazingly higher, will feel higher. Yes, for the skill, when it comes to the purple dust, the last event we had, the Candy Defender, we'll see if we're going to have it again. But that event for sure gave me, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, maybe even more, almost 700k of that purple stuff. So definitely do Candy Defender again if you can, especially if you're early on. You, back in the day, did not get that luxury of this amazing free-to-play event into Candy Defender. We had to grind it. We had to use Philostone. But yeah, definitely do that event for purple. My account is quite old, but I stopped playing for a while because of different things. But I think I started in server 9, so maybe 4 or 5 years now. What is better, Earth Himiko or Earth Can? It really depends on the skill that you bring to the table. I think Earth Himiko is going to be cheaper to do better with Earth Can. The problem with Can is the same thing as Himiko. First, the energy, although a little bit higher than Himiko, is still quite low. And honestly, Can has lost some of his power in the last few patches. A lot of player was able to kill almost semi well with Can Alex because the other well were not using Athena. Because no Athena, Can is going to cancel healing. Can is also kind of good against Fufei, not because only of the healing, but because Can doesn't offer any CC. So he's not countered as much as Himiko versus Fufei. But nowadays, it's about even. I prefer Himiko a little bit more. But Himiko has also been hit with a few silent nerf, Loki as well. Mages in the game is starting to struggle a little bit more, for sure. The 2 main silent nerf that we've received on mages is going to be this one here with Grace, and this one here with Art of Arcana. Arcane Hunter, sorry. Arcane Hunter is a buff to Apollo. Can use it as well, and it's going to make mages suffer a little bit. Can give you an example. Here, Savage as an Apollo. Apollo is still a work in progress. The specialization is still quite low. You see the power is only 200k. But with Art of Arcana, you're going to see that here, this is my another version of my main when I use Quinn, Tina, Fufei, and Alex. Now, it's not the best one because my red skill are low, but this is a team that I really like as well. I play with it sometime. But look at this. This has no magic damage dealing. So what happened is Apollo is doing a lot of damage with the Corona Strike and also Arcane Hunter. But then if I do, I don't know if I have any report left though. Maybe this one. Here, this is the version with my Himiko. I was able to beat it. Oh no, this is still the version with the... I don't have any report with the Himiko version. But what happened when I do have Himiko as my main team, my main damage dealer, I'm going to win about 70% of the time still, but Apollo is going to do more damage than me. The only reason why I win is because when I look at this team, I'm going to get a little bit more healing from my Fufei and Athena together than is Anubis and Ninetale. And I sustain what he's trying to throw at me a little bit more, but I don't do enough damage anymore against Apollo with Arcane Hunter. He used to run Alex, and he switched to Apollo because of Arcane Hunter. And this is one of the reasons why I think Himiko, although still a little bit better than Khan, she's suffering from a few silent nerf. And as you can see here, this is a Khan Alex March, and he destroyed me with it. This is a very strong Khan Alex March. Fufei as well. Bjorn. And I'm not able to beat him no matter what I do, even if I do my Fufei. I don't have any report because I've been testing the other March. But I'm telling you, he still beat me quite easily for now. What's better? Is Ur Dragon 2 or 3 better for Alex YSS hybrid? For hybrid and Alex YSS, oh, 1 second, it's better if I go in open arena. Which dragon talent will I select if I go Alex? I think both are good, honestly. Both would be quite decent. I think if you're running YSS, this one's probably better. If you're running hybrid, this one might be a little bit better, but about even. If you're running Athena, then this one is going to be better for sure, because you're going to be able to get the recovery for sure with Athena. This one doesn't offer any healing, so if your healing is cancelled, at least you're not suffering from the second part. So to summarize, Alex YSS, I would select this one. Hybrid, I don't think it's a big difference. Both would be quite decent, I think. Alex Athena, I would select this one. Armageddon. Armageddon is not a really good skill anymore, in my opinion. It was never that good, even when Sustain was very, very strong in the game. The problem with our Armageddon is it only goes off once, right? Yes, it's a lot of damage. Yes, it's very strong when you look at the full damage it's going to do to everybody. But at the end of the day, it only happened once. So if you don't reach 50 seconds, that skill is useless. If you reach 50 seconds and you don't kill at least one target with it, then you're stuck with example, Himiko with only 2 skill. And on top of it, if you have Fighting Master on Himiko, you're stuck with a Himiko with only 1 skill. Because Armageddon already went off, it's now useless. I don't like the skill. It's too... I don't know, it's not good. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Yes, Aura are extremely good in this game. A lot of players really don't value Aura enough. Now, there is a reason for that. It's because a lot of the Aura that was released when the game was released are now irrelevant. They're just not good anymore. You can look at Misleading. Outside of Open Arena and IBL, this skill is almost useless now. You don't need the accuracy, so you don't care that your accuracy is being lowered. You just don't care. Coercion, same principle. Dodge, accuracy, very not good at the moment. Almost useless now. Shelter, very good skill, but healing cut is everywhere. Quinn is everywhere. Khan is everywhere. If you don't have an Athena, Shelter is not going to offer you anything because the only thing it does is healing. These three aura are not very good. A lot of players have played with these aura along the year and they've moved away from it. And after moving away from it, they never went back to aura. But aura are extremely good. When you look at weakness, still a very, very good skill for any fire team. This one is essential. You cannot run a fire team without it, in my opinion. You still have Spring of Life, extremely good. Even with healing cut, the chances that your healing is increased by 25%, but more importantly, the defense taken decrease is extremely good. A damage taken decrease, sorry, is extremely good. If you get both of them, it's extremely good for sure. And this goes off every time you heal. So if you have a team with Zenobia, on top of that, you have the aura Berserk, which can heal every normal attack. You can have still high chances that Spring of Life is going to trigger, even if you're fighting a Quinn. So Spring of Life is very good as an aura. Master Aegis, very good when you know you're fighting a magical team. This is guaranteed 25% reduction. When you go to this one here, this one against Caster, 40% is crazy good. Very, very strong aura. Aura are very good. Aura of Arcana as well, I really like. Because they're guaranteed, right? There's no chance you put this aura, it's going to affect for the whole battle, at least very long time, so it's very good. My Athena, I can show you my Athena 1 second. My Athena is in a good spot, but still need a lot of work. So first, she is here. I still need a little bit more to go to spec 8, but then I need to work on these here, right? These one. Now with a tank, what is easier on shards is you don't need the accuracy and you don't really need a dodge. You could max this out for more power. I really don't think it's that necessary. Just do these ones for now. Dodge is not that amazing, as I mentioned so many times. So for Athena, I really need about maybe 1,000 short, a little bit less, and she's going to be maxed out. So next seasonal event, I'll be able to max out my Athena, or almost. But when you look at Himiko, my Himiko is in a decent spot, but she's not maxed at all. Yes, she's spec 8, but I still need to max this out. I still need to max this out. I still need to max this one out. This adds up very quickly. You have a lot of them to max out, and it's going to make a huge, huge difference. This is a lot of crit overall when you count all of the one that you can max. Power of Himiko is going to go up almost to 50 to 60, and it's going to be a big difference. I think there was a really strong Himiko player that moved to another server not long ago, Excellence. I think Drowser also have a very strong... So Drowser is running a Khan, Alex. Snoopy is very strong on his Khan, Alex as well. At the moment in this server, I think I'm probably the strongest Himiko player. This one here is very strong as well, but he plays with both the Himiko and Alex. And he also has a very strong Elise. But when you look at Himiko, again, it's not maxed out. You see spec 8, but spec 8 on mages, on archer, on attack immortal is not the same as a tank. When you look at support, by the way, it's similar but not as worse. Dodge you don't need, but this one here, resilience, you should max. This one you should max. So again, if you look at my Fufei, I still need a lot of shards, right? This one is only level 3. And this one also only level 3. So maybe 1,000 as well, maybe even more. For your hippo, it depends on what your hippo is running. What the other immortal alongside hippo is running. So right now, if you have malice, physical shield or magical shield, and energy suppression, sometime rage blessing, you're making your hippo 100% support. I think that's fine for sure. But it depends if you are running a solo carry woo with energy mastery, infinite firepower. What is your tank running? Is he running guard or not? It really depends on the full setup. You can share on the Discord, by the way. I can send you the invite. Invite the server, copy. If you can share your setup either in submission or in general, since we're on screen, so that I can see the other team on Immortal on your team, I'll be able to give you more of a better recommendation. Because the skills really depends on your formation. Yes, so the reason, I have a question here, why am I running Bjorn instead of example a Ragnar? Because Ragnar will be able to do a very good job alongside with my Himiko. There's two reasons. First, I don't have Ragnar, I focus on YSS. I could make a Ragnar because I have enough boxes. So my Ragnar is around, so he's currently 2-star short and then a lot of specialization. I have a lot of boxes. I could max him out, but I need to be careful as well. If you look at my team here, my teams, I have one tank, 50 dust, spec 8. I have another tank, 50 dust, spec 8. I have another tank here, well, low dust, but she's a chaos, 7. I have another one here, 30 dust, spec 8 in Charles. My Trojan is way weaker. I'm not doing any specialization on him yet. This is my weakest team. But then if I add another tank, I'm getting to a problem that I have too many tanks. So I don't want to develop Ragnar. So I went with Bjorn back in the day when Sparks of Galaxy was still on. During Sparks of Galaxy, I would say they were maybe even easier to max than Golden Path Immortal, or about even. You could go with the $1 and $2 pack during Sparks of Galaxy. Very easily max this Immortal. And the second reason is because I am going to get a very good 4 shadow element buff by using Bjorn here. So if I remove Bjorn, I would get 3. But the problem is not only do I get 3, but I turn into Earth, right? Because the dragon would take the buff away from my Himiko. I can give you an example. Right here, you see my Chaos turn into Earth. But because now I have 2 Shadow, they turn into Shadow. So now my 2 Chaos, although they're not damage dealer, it's less effective, but they're countering any other element other than Oli. So this is a better setup overall than a Ragnar if you can afford it. Bjorn is also very good because with Athena, the problem of Athena is magical damage. And my Bjorn is going to bring up the resilience of frontline. So it's going to help my Athena as well. This is really good synergy. I really like this March. Good morning, guys. For me, it's quite late. Well, not late, but it's almost 8 p.m. now. Is Charles better than YSS? This is a debate a lot of players always have. A lot of players ask me. A lot of players will lean one way or the other. I think they're about even. Honestly, they're about even. If you're going to put Fighting Master on your YSS, I think YSS is a little bit better. If you don't run Fighting Master on neither of them, they're about even. The only thing is don't fight a Poseidon, right? If you fight a Poseidon with YSS, it doesn't change anything. If you fight a Poseidon with Charles, your Charles is not going to be as strong or nearly as strong as your YSS for you. But otherwise, I personally think they're about even. There's not a big difference between YSS and Charles. The shielding from Charles is really good. It's really consistent. It protects everyone. I really like it. I like both. YSS for an early player is a lot easier to max out though. My Charles is in a good spot because I've been playing this game for a long time. Oh, okay, let me see. So let me take a look here. Should be, is it this one here? No. Oh, I think it's this one here, right? Let's take a look at it. So it's still a work in progress. The Woo here. Okay, so for now, because your Woo is not able to carry, being only 6 stars, not fully starred yet, I think I would probably give a little bit more damage to my Hippo. So if you have Fighting Will, I would give Fighting Will to my Hippo. If you have Dead Breath or Adrenaline Rush, maybe put that on your Hippo as well for now. Because the problem you have with your Woo, she's not going to be able to carry with only Chase. You will need one more skill at least into Annihilation to do some damage. Because Chase only trigger off crit. And the only way you receive crit, you deal crit at the moment is with Woo Ultimate, so it's quite limited. For now, you need more damage on Hippo. Once your Woo is stronger, you can move back to something like this. This is fine if you run a very strong solo carry Woo. You need to be careful about Malice, because if you fight in Alex, your Malice is not going to help. You're going to need to switch away from Malice if that's the case. A little bit the same thing with Resist Oaken Guard. Having both is decent. It's good. But not a lot of team are running double damage, right? Even, example, this here. You see Sammy here is going to be running a strong... Loki and Alex. Alex with 2 red skill. But when you look at the damage, a lot of the damage is coming from the Loki. So having Resist makes very good sense. Having Oaken, maybe not as much. You might want to do something else than Oaken. This is why you need to be careful with these 2 skills. Oh, I need to do this here 1 second. Because it's gathering day, I need to recall my gatherer for a little bit more points during King of the Hill. Take everything you get. All right. If you sent a submission for your March to be reviewed before the new forum in the Discord, yes, you can always repost it. I'm planning to go back in the archived one and finish it. It really depends though. During the live, I have a lot of questions. I don't always have the time to go over players review. Like right now, we're doing the players that are live. But if you are in the live stream right now, just post your team right away and I'll review it right away because you're on live with me right now. Okay, I have another question here. Why Zeno instead? Why Theodora in my second team instead of Zenobia? It really depends. I could do both. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. The only reason why I'm doing it Theo at the moment is sometimes I give a little bit more damage to my Khan, and if I do give a little bit more damage to my Khan, I have Battle Excitation at the moment on my Theo. Whereas my Zeno at the moment, I have Holy Prayer. The other thing is my Zeno is not an immortal that I focused a lot. So although the artifact is good, the specialization is decent, the dust level is quite low on my Zeno. The problem with my Theo is, again, with Sparks of Galaxy gone, I had to stop working on her, at least for now. But overall, I would say it's about even. My Theo and my Xeno are about even, not the biggest difference. I would personally like to use my Quinn, but I'm keeping my Quinn for my fire setup at the moment. But these, again, I really only have 2 teams. If my main team loses and the enemy team main team is not around 25%, this is still gonna lose. This is a finisher. Like, they have to be really wounded. Because my skill here are quite low. I have the lightning dragon, not the earth. Now my Quinn is quite decent. This is decent, but still not maxed out. My can dust is high, but it's not maxed out on that. I think barely 8 if I remember correctly. I don't think I did a lot. Oops. So 3 on Grace, but these are still level 1. I still have a lot to work on. So for your Alex Y says Simiko Quinn March, what's the minimum level of each of my red skill for them to be playable? You have Knife Through Butter, Energy Mastery, Fully Prepare, Life Protection, and IF, Infinite Firepower. You have something very similar to me when it comes to your skills. Now, Fountain of Life, I've started using it at level 3. Honestly, Fountain of Life, even level 1, you could use it. Now, it's so cheap if you're doing a lot of red skill. Put it level 3, 4 at the very least. It's only a few more Wisdom Elixir. So, Fountain of Life, let's say 4. At 4, very good. Life Protection, however, I think it has to be a little bit higher. I don't think I would use Life Protection if it's under 5, maybe even 6. Because you are going to really want this skill as high as possible. It's one of the skills that really go up significantly. Plus 5 on each level. A few here. I think level 6, this is fine. Divine Blessing, level 6 is also fine. I would say 5 minimum. For your Energy Mastery. Energy Mastery will be your main damage dealer. I would focus on getting this to 7 as my first red skill to 7 for sure. Infinite Firepower at 5, it's still decent. I kept it at 5 for a long time. Quite a long time actually. I think I maxed that only a month ago. And for Knife Through Butter and Fully Prepare, 5, 5, 5, 6. Right? So this is one of the reasons why Alex is not in my main. This is a little bit too low for my main team. I would need at least 5, if not 6, 6. I do run sometime my Alex in my main team, but when I do that, I run as kind of a weird setup. I have Spring of Life, Fully Prepare, and Knife Through Butter. I use them 100% as a debuffer. Level 5 as a general rule for red skill is okay-ish, but there are skills that definitely needs the higher level. Like, to give you an example, I would definitely keep Fountain of Life even level 3 and max Energy Mastery to 7 before doing example 5 for Energy Mastery and 5 for Fountain of Life. Fountain of Life, you get good healing out of it when it goes up. But the silence, which is the best part of the skill, you get at level 1. Whereas Energy Mastery, the higher you go, the more damage you get, the more energy regen you get. It's just better to max out first. It's a little bit the same with Life Protection. Life Protection, as you go higher, you're going to protect 2 Immortal. Very good. All right, guys. It's been about an hour, so I'll do the giveaway now. What I'll need you to do is, I'll test it out, right? It's the first time I do it. But in the chat, you need to type a word, and then I'll be able to track everybody that said the word. I'll do a raffle, pick somebody in random, and they're going to receive the code. So let's just make sure. All right. So everybody in the chat, if you're here, type in Nika. So Nika. Just Nika once. Once is more than enough. Don't do it multiple times. I don't know what's going to do. But just type it. And I'm going to do a giveaway. It's going to be a code that you're going to be able to enter in game. It's going to give you some goodies. It's a VIP code, so you can only enter it once. So you definitely use it on your main account. Don't use it on your farm by mistake. The way I'm going to give it is simple. I will either give it on Discord, or you're going to have to come into 277 and ask me in game. I cannot give it on the chat because, again, it's a one-time code. I'm going to give it some time, at least 5 minutes for people to enter Nika in the chat, and I will be doing it shortly. That will be Nika, not Mika. Good. Right. I'm going to do some fighting while you guys are entering the code. To do some fighting, I need to switch to my war talent. That's also something you guys want to do. Whenever you're hitting people in arena, make sure you switch to your war talent. It's going to be a lot easier for you to win. So which setup do I have at the moment? I have my Himiko. Join, okay. I don't know why this... Okay, there we go. GM still no chance in the world that I can beat him. I cannot even beat his second team at the moment. Extremely strong player. Now, Sean is close. I usually win, but I think Sean used a Himiko. Yes, he's a Himiko player, so I need to switch my talent. I'm going to switch from the physical to the magical one. Then I'm going to hit him. What I can even do, and what you can even do to get a little bit more power, you're going to use a boost. Now, I have a lot of the crit and the dodge boost. So if I want to make extra sure I'm going to win, I use a boost. A little bit of cheating, and this is what Arena is about. There we go. It does a big difference. Like, honestly, I might have lost if I didn't use the talent. I would definitely have lost if I didn't use the talent and the boost. He's also, like, you can look in, when you look at the stats. No, actually, when you look at the replay, just the window here, you can tell that they're using their war talent as well, right? I'm using mine. I'm using the enemy skill -5. He's using reduce physical and magical defense. So he's using that because he's using a Alex with red skill and a Foof and an Himiko carry. I personally like this one a little bit better. I like Frighten a little bit better. Because I don't take that much damage from the Alex most of the time. See here, this one, actually, I did get a lot of damage from the Alex. This is way more than usual, but still, it's not even half the damage Himiko did. So I still prefer this one. Now, Sammy, same thing here. Oh, I lost to Sammy. Let's take a look. Oh, I might have switched my talent back. No, okay. He destroyed me even. Sometimes that happens. What happens here? Let me see. He probably stunned my Himiko at the start. His Fountain of Life did good work. 21 million. See here, that's what I mentioned. If my main team loses, my second team is not going to do a whole lot. But this time around, my second team actually did 12 million damage. But it's not a whole lot. Drowser, really good. I'm not sure I can beat him, so I'm going to have to switch a few things if I want to fight him. Because he's using a different setup. This is pretty good, very strong. I need to send out my Gatherer. Because I recalled my Gatherer. I don't want to leave these half empty. I'm going to finish them right away. And then I'm gonna do the raffle. Oh. Gonna finish the ones that are not finished. All right. The code is a VIP code. So it has gems, it has a TP, and a few other things. I don't remember, but it's quite a few things. It's a decent code. I think it's 500 gem, 1 teleport, few speed ups. All right, let me see if I can do the code here, giveaway. All right, so I have everybody here. Last call, if you're in the stream, you want to be part of the giveaway, put Nika in the chat right now, and I'm gonna do the first code giveaway in 5 seconds. All right. It's choosing a winner. I'm gonna bring it here. Oh, it's Gems. Gems won the first one. 1 second. Gems, I know you're on the Discord, so I'm gonna give you the code via the, who is it? Yeah, I think it's you. It's the first time using it, guys. But it looks like it's Gem, so give me 1 second. I need to go on to Discord. And at the same time, Gem, you can confirm what is the goodies in the code. I don't remember what it is exactly. There, I sent it to your Discord. You can enter it. Make sure you enter it on the account you won the code, right? Because again, it's a one-time code. It's not a one-time per account. It's a one-time per player. So you only get to redeem it once. Just let me know if it works. It should work. I hope. Everything should be okay. If you want to join the Discord, let me send you the link right away. If you win the second one and you're not in the Discord yet, you can also just come in game. But the problem in game is if you're not in my server, you're gonna have to create an account, right? So it's up to you. All right, let me send you the invite. Yes, Gems is always very helpful on the Discord too, so it's a good winner for sure. Just let me know if it works, Gems, just to make sure that the code is good and everything. It actually sent a notification in the chat too. Okay, that's really good. Sorry guys, first time doing a giveaway, so I'm not too familiar with it. I'll do one more code in maybe around 20-ish minutes, so you can continue with the questions. I already went over the patch note, by the way, but if you have question about the patch note, you can also ask. I still have them up right here. You can always go back. Again, it's a very small patch note overall. It's about the affinity and Asteria coming back. Other than that, you have question in game, your March, you can send on Discord as well. All right, so Gems answered. I'm gonna give you the breakdown. So this is the code. It's a VIP code, so. There's no teleport? I was sure there was a teleport in there. Okay, no teleport. At least it's 500 gems. All right, so how does command power gets calculated? Is it top 20? Do you mean the migration power? So this one here? Yeah, so there is one teleport, right? That's what one TP. Okay, I didn't see at the end. So one teleport. Yeah, okay. So test subject, if you mean this power here, I think it's the top 30, but it's like an average. I've tried to do it a few times when I was calculating how much power I was going to need. I never was able to really do the math properly. I even use AI, sending all the screenshot of the top 30, and never actually went to this. Now you have to be careful because this one here is achieved, right? So if I look at my power right now, my highest true power is 1,080,000. But at the moment, I'm only at 1,051,000. If I remove, example, the dragon, I'm gonna drop even lower. So when you look at the ranking, if you do the math, it's kind of normal that you cannot arrive exactly at the number you see on the migration section. But it's, I believe it's the top 30, but I'm not 100% sure. Back to your question earlier, assuming everything is maxed out, would you go Xeno or Quinn instead of Tio? If I can get everything maxed out, I still think I would go with Tio. If I don't get to pay anything, I'll just get the Immortal already maxed out for me. I think Tio is quite nice as an Immortal, especially if you run a Alex and Khan. First, the reason is the continuous damage cancellation is really good. The healing is quite nice overall when you're below 65. Again, if your healing is canceled, it's not as much of a matter. But I still think I'll go Tio. Tio overall, I really like her as a champion. I really think she works well with Khan. Now, if there's no Khan, then for sure Quinn. I really like Quinn. Xeno, the problem with her is the attack speed from her artifact has to be from healing. With anti-healing, this is going to be canceled quite often. So you might not always get the attack speed. Whereas Quinn, you get the attack speed no matter what. As soon as the ultimate of Quinn goes off, you get the 25%. So I prefer Quinn over Zenobia in a lot of cases. But again, it really depends on your team. But I also like Tio. It's one of the reasons I was working on Tio, Bjorn, and Himiko, which is a mistake. I didn't plan on Sparks being gone back then. If I knew it was going to be gone, either I would have maxed them really quickly, or I would only done Himiko and Bjorn. I would not have worked on Tio. Nowadays, it's really hard to make a justification to work on a Holy or Shadow Immortal from scratch. A lot of players has been asking me, and I'm going to tell you, don't do it. Go with a Khan, or invest a little bit more and go with a Chaos. And again, this is not high for a tank, right? 20 is still enough for a Chaos tank. They bring really good value. Now, you have to remember the artifact is not cheap though. But at 20, from all the testing I've been doing for a tank, it's still enough. Oh, so 2 cents answered about the migration. So preparation season top 20, season 1 top 30. Afterwards, he's not sure. He's still in the early season. I believe it's 30 for other season as well, but I could be wrong. What is the fastest way to reach max VIP? It's to spend. Yeah, fastest way is going to be to spend, because when you spend in game, you're gonna get VIPs from your bundles, right? But if you want to reach it very quickly, you need to be in an alliance that is going to buy a lot of stuff. If you are in an alliance that buy a lot of stuff, especially the higher one, you're gonna get VIP points like this one here, right? Neo bought a pack, it's a rare one, you get 20 VIP. Especially during seasonal event, if you're in a server and an alliance that has a lot of big spender, you can get a lot of these VIP from that event, and you can get quite a few gems as well. The Candy Defender bundle, which was I think $1, $2, and $5, was giving VIP and gems. So you get a lot of VIP and gems from these. I don't know the exact moment that Big Battle Pass open. I think it's level 50. I would need to confirm. Again, when the Big Battle Pass was introduced to the game, I was already over 50, so I got it right away. But I think it's 50, and I think this one is 30 or 40. I have a smaller account, and this one here at 43, I don't have the Peak Battle Pass, but I do have the Legendary one. And I think it was 40. Yeah, so somebody else in the chat was able to confirm. For the Peak Battle Pass, it is 40. So I'm buying the purple one because of the missions. Sometimes the Peak Battle Pass mission asks you to basically use the to buy, I believe it's 15 time into the 10 time in the market. So this is why I was buying. For early player, this is a trick. Buy everything out in the market when they're really early when it comes to the purple thing. The purple thing is going to be melting at 100% here. Same value, but you have mission. I don't see them anymore because they're already claimed. But early on, you have mission that ask you to buy stuff in the market. So if you buy everything out, you're gonna max these mission quicker. I'm not buying these anymore because my Alex is maxed out. I'm not working on Elise, at least for now. So I'm not buying them. I bought the Charles, but I forgot. I need to stop buying them because I don't need the accuracy. I don't need the dodge. And I'm maxed out on the shelters. I could do the dodge. I don't really want it. Oh, thanks, Tomo. For the donation. Really appreciate it. Do I think that Jorn, Himiko, Tutan, Tio could be a good team? This is a very, very expensive team. If you already have it, it's decent. If you're early season, it's better. Later season, I don't think it's going to be that strong for a few specific reasons. When you look at Tutan, you're going to end up with skills, even on the gold side, that you're going to have to make him as a support more than damage. And even if you go with red skill, Knife Through Butter is not good on Tutan. Fully Prepare is not good on Tutan. You're going to have to go with something like Battle Frenzy, which is decent, very good on Tutan. It's also going to give you a debuff, but still, Knife Through Butter, better value. Fully Prepare, better value. You don't really want to go with attack and defense. The skill is not really worth it for the price. I think the chance is too low. If you have a Ninetale, now the chance at 70%, the skill becomes a little bit more interesting. Last 10, again, also decent on Tutan. The problem is this only trigger when you have less than 70% troops. So again, not the best when you compare it to example fully prepare. Here you get the reduced damage taken by 60%, really, really good. Increased by 60%. But when you look at fully prepare, you get 60 and 50. But Alex is gonna get there in a matter of seconds. Whereas this one, it can take quite a long time. When you're under 70%, you're already starting to lose a battle. Last stand is not as good as fully prepare. And then if you look at Tio is also very good. But she is, at the end of the day, not going to offer you what Fufei and Ninetale is going to offer you. And you're working on 4 Holy and Shadows Immortal. It's going to cost you a lot of coins here that you can invest into Chaos instead, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the same currency. And even if you do Rune Factory, it's the same thing as well. You can convert your rune currency that you earn into Infernal Insignia, and then you can come into this to buy Holy and Shadow in the Legendary, but you can just buy Chaos instead. So this is where I personally think, if you haven't worked on these 4 Holy and Shadow yet, select 1 or 2 maximum, do 1 or 2 normal element Immortal, and then focus on 1 Chaos. It's going to cost you around the same, but you're going to be way, way stronger than if you do 4 Holy and Shadow. 4 Holy and Shadow is a very, very expensive nowadays. For a friendly boss killer, Alex is very strong. The really good thing about Alex is you probably already working on him, right? So you don't need to do anything else. You can just put Alex. If you're talking about killing non-boss and the spider, Alex is a little bit less good than, example, Yoshi, Arash, or Wu. But if you're talking about elemental domain, Alex is actually very good. Because with Alex, you can put fully prepare, which will stack very quickly. And knife through butter, although you're only fighting 1 person, is still decent because it's going to prevent the boss from ulting. And when you look at the skill that the boss has, it's not about the damage most of the time. It's about the other skill. Example, not this one. Where is the one that's done? Let me see. There's one that's done. If you are able to use full knife through butter against that one, it's actually very good. This one also, the rage is going to increase to 100%. Again, if you have knife through butter, you're going to limit it. So overall, Alex is very good for elemental domain. For non-boss, overall in elemental domain, I really like Arash. But Arash, the problem is you're only going to use it in bosses fight in elemental domain. I really like Yoshi. It's going to be the same problem. You're going to run up in a situation where you don't want to use Yoshi anywhere else. So what I do most of the time is I keep my Himiko or I do Wu. Wu is extremely good for bosses because she hits 1 person. It's random. There's only 1 mob, 1 boss. It hits really hard. It crits very easily. Her energy regen is quite nice compared to Himiko, even Khan. So Wu is very good. Kublai and Tutan are very good as well. I would not recommend a Tutan or a Kublai for free-to-play, only for boss. Way too expensive. Honestly, guys, just do Alex and Wu. If you're a free-to-play, you're looking to do more damage to boss, do Alex and Wu. If you want to take it a little bit further, do Yoshi. I can show you here. So here, because the crit is, the boss is immune to crit, you should not do fire. If you look at the ranking here, see these players, Mozart, BMW, these are a really strong players. They should have stayed away from fire today. Fire day with the crit immunity is so hard to kill Don't do it. Just go with another boss. This one would be easier. This one is not easy neither, but easier. The damage that this one does is quite high if you don't have Master Aegis, so you need to be careful. But this one is way easier, for sure. Way easier today than the fire one. I can do it right now. So I'm gonna, again, don't forget to use your military buff if you're gonna do elemental domain. Big extra power. This one is a magic damage dealer boss. I'm gonna use this one. Again, 25% is Master Aegis. Very good. I'm gonna set up for magical damage. Now I have two choices. Either I keep this one to cancel the damage. I can do Master Aegis as well. Here, I'm probably gonna change to Purification. Oh, I already have Purification, so that's good. Word of Arcana. Weakness. I like weakness. Now, I'm gonna simulate, see if I die or not. If I die, I'm gonna change this to Master Aegis. I don't think I'm gonna die. All right, so when you look at the report, now it's about the timing. The maximum battle time is 2:30, so I'm still good. But this is it, right? With weakness, with the crit build I have on my Himiko, it's only crit. Only thing I did is crit. So this is why you don't want to do crit immunity boss on elemental domain if you can choose. So I'm gonna get this done right away. If you watch here. Yeah, so this is fine. But yeah, a lot of these players went too quickly and they decided to do this boss, but it shouldn't have. Like, these players are strong players. They can get way more than 70% for another boss. All right, let me do another giveaway in a few minutes. I'm just gonna see if I've got a question first. So if you already max all 4 Holy and Shadow, well, you don't care because they're already maxed. It's not about how expensive they will be to max. Now you need to do what's best for your account now that you have these 4. What I would do is I would use probably Himiko, Tio, Bjorn in one team. And then you have an option to do double tank or bring Alex into this Tio, Himiko, Bjorn March. If you go for red skill, Alex would be better. If you don't go for red skill, double tank is definitely do better for you. And then move your Tutan as your main damage dealer for your second team. If you have a Shadow Dragon, I would still do the same. I don't think you should keep a full Holy and Shadow. The reason is quite simple. I think at some point, if you do a Chaos, you're going to go with a Chaos that's going to make it stronger. So for your case, I would do probably either a support to replace Tio or a Chaos to replace Tutan or Himiko. Don't replace Bjorn. Bjorn is extremely good, already maxed. Don't do it. Himiko, if you replace Himiko, it's going to have to be something quite expensive into Apollo or Medusa. I wouldn't do Loki for sure. I would just keep Himiko instead. Fu-Fei and or Ninetale would be a better than support than Tio. And if you do Poseidon example, it would be better than your Tutan, but you will suffer because you're going to have a Himiko. So I think the best option for you is probably to replace Tio. Oh, if you don't mean max as like the store or max, but not the specialization, you're still fine. Because at the end of the day right now, maxing an immortal on stars is not the worst if you stop working on them, because the specialization is actually what It's going to cost you probably almost 3,000 more shards. Just stop. You're going to be using your 2-tan for the boss. Even if they're not max on specialization, they're still going to do great. It's fine. You can keep your TO somewhere else. Maximum 1 or 2 shadow or holy project. If they're not max on specialization, don't go too deep and try to max 4 of them. It's too much. Way too much. Honestly, at this point, you're going to be spending as much as you would spend on maxing 2 chaos, I think. I don't think... So run Quinn Fire or Alex Wu marches for most of my farm. Yeah, so it really depends for farm. It really depends what you want to do with your farm. But I can give you an example. This is my weakest farm that I started only for open arena, honestly, at first. But I ended up doing a little bit more with it because I've been experimenting. I went with a fire team because I went with the fire dragon, and I got Wu really early and I got Quinn really early. My APO is actually 50 on dust level, right? On a farm. But then I got Alex and I got really lucky with Alex. But this is where you're going to see Alex is just way stronger than anything else in this game for free to play. And I'm not lying. I also put him 50. When he was only at 20 dust, he was already doing more damage than my hippo. And he's the one that's going to carry me in every single thing. I was able to bring my elite to 11.5, my normal to 17, and my team is only 2,072. Alex do 95% of the damage in anything I do. Now I have Cleo, but I'm working on Wu and Zenobia. I don't know who I'm going to use. If I can get Zenobia in decent spot, it's going to be Zenobia. But I could also use Wu, but they're still quite far. Hippo, at some point, if I keep working on this account, she's going to turn into a debuffer tank support. So that means physical shield, adrenaline rush is fine, but not anger, probably energy suppression, something that would protect or help the rest of the team. But Alex can carry you through a lot of content early. So somebody send their team on the Discord. I'm gonna do this first. Okay, so this is the player with the 4 Oli Shadow. So you see here, this is a good team. And if it was not for the price tag attached to each of these immortal, you would still be able to do decent with this team. The only problem with that is 2-tan. Honestly, I think Alex is probably as strong, if not stronger than 2-tan at the moment. Alex is busted. But here, you're definitely not max on your Oli and Shadow. This is not max because your artifacts are really, really undeveloped. And as James mentioned, it's probably your storage level that is max with the artifact unlocked, but not the specialization. For unlocking an immortal, it costs 800 something, around 900 shards, I think, and 1,020 for the artifact unlocked. But to max the specialization, you need to add almost 3,000. If it's a Himiko, it's probably around 4,000. Just stop there. Pick 1 or 2 and keep working on these 2 only and start bringing normal element into your team. You're still going to use these immortal in your second and third team. It's okay. It's not a waste. They're going to be your main damage dealer in your other teams for now. But continuing working on this is, I would say, almost mega well level. This is a lot. If you are able to max all of these immortal, you can do the math. I'm sure you can max 2 chaos instead. The scales are okay though. The only one I would probably be careful is the shelter. Same reason I'll often say too much anti-healing. And the Berserk. Again, this is not Alex. 2-time with Berserk is not really the best. Adrenaline Rush, Anger, Dead Breath would be better here than a Cleave. Than a Cleave skill, sorry, not Berserk. And again, Berserk as an aura as well. Not the best with this team. Doesn't really do anything for 2-time. Doesn't really do anything with Himiko. So probably replace these 2 skills. All right, guys, I'm going to do the other giveaway before I forget. So give me 1 second. I need to reset. All right, so in the chat, all you need to do is enter code with exclamation point like this. Put this word in the chat. I'll do the other giveaway in a moment. I'll let players, everybody in the chat, enter the words, and I'm going to run their giveaway again. Still have time, guys. Enter your words. If you have any question, you can still ask. For now, I'm gonna give it some time. We don't have the date on the patch note, but on the Facebook, it says that it's going to be on the 14th. So if you look at the 14th, it's always on Thursday. It's always the second Thursday of the month. So it's going to be the same this month. It's just that it's later this month around. And the seasonal, I think, should start around the 18th. So usually it starts on the Monday after the patch. Sunday or Monday after the patch. It's quite later this month though. You see here, I'm finding a lot the bots in Open Arena. The Poseidon in Open Arena is too strong. At the moment, I cannot win against them. But once guard is gone, I'm hoping it's going to change. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If you just joined, guys, just make sure you put code in the chat, and I will be doing the giveaway soon. Yeah, I'll try to do more giveaway, but I get only so many codes, so when I get codes, I'll try to give them away. Since they're keeping the candy currency, do you think they'll keep the event? Yeah, I think they're going to keep the event. Now, I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same. I really thought that they were not going to do the same event again. That event was really busted for free-to-play. It was extremely good for free-to-play players. They were able to get so many stuff. But because we still have them, I really think it's going to come back. They would have taken the candies away if it was not coming back. Is it going to be exactly the same? I don't know. There's a few ways they could actually go about it and make it a little bit less form friendly, but I don't know what they're gonna do. Personally, I hope it's gonna be the same, but I don't know. It was so good on tickets. I was able to get so many tickets with that event. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm gonna do the code giveaway now. Gonna bring this here. All right. So this is the winner, Jason. So Jason, are you on the Discord? If you're on the Discord, it's going to be the easiest way for me to send you the code. All right. Let me see if I can find you on the. Did you join the Discord channel, Jason? Because if you did join the Discord channel, let me see. I can take a look. Can you, in the general chat, just send... Oh, there he is. Gems did it. Perfect. Thank you, Gems. I will send you the code. Give me 1 second. Just make sure, again, don't make the mistake of using this code on an account that you don't want it on. Make sure it's on your main account. You don't get 2 chances. Once you claim it, it's gone. Just let me know that it worked properly so that you were able to claim the code and nothing went wrong. So I haven't heard anything when it comes to the castle skin being gone from this seasonal event. I hope they're going to be back as well. The candies are really good. It's a really good event, but having access to free skin is something I hope free-to-play players are going to have still. In the past, again, we were getting a lot of these purple skin for free during the event. If you watch one of my video recently, I did hit the video, so I'm gonna make it available as soon as I can again. But nowadays, a lot of these skins are not available anymore. There's not a lot of way to get skin. It was only in the seasonal event. So I hope they're gonna be back. I don't have a word if they're gonna be back or not. Great, so the code worked, amazing. So bean or yes. So right, I'm still eager to see. It's still a few days left, right? There's more than 10 days before the skills switch, but I do think I'm gonna get access to a few skills. Not only that's gonna help my team, but that's gonna make their team a lot harder to play. Guard is a skill that is extremely good with Poseidon. I think Poseidon is going to lose some strength. But at the end of the day, Poseidon is so strong in Open Arena. I don't know if it's going to be enough. As you can see right now, it's getting destroyed. Not all the time, though. Like this is like here you see the same player. And I still won. And that time my... Baldwin did a lot of damage, right? Because it did so quickly. But with Guard, I'm thinking maybe Fufei is going to be stronger this season. We'll have to see. But what is also going to help me a lot is these 2 skills. Because, and the Grace is going to hurt a little bit, but not as much as getting these 2 skills. Because I did go with Fire as well when I saw that these 2 skills were banned. And when I look at my Fire... Here, I'm going to be able to do on my Hippo a little bit more of a damage build with these 2 skills if I want. It's also going to be good if I want on my Tutan. It's also going to be good on my Illiz. So I have a few options for crit damage build. I also have Cyrus because I have a fire team, Trajan. So we'll have to see. Fire, however, is not the best team in Open Arena. It's been that for a long time. As you can see, at the moment, I'm pretty much the only one. Another one here running fire. There's not a lot of people though. This is me as well. There's not a lot of people running fire. The issue with fire is, again, we're really early in Open Arena. So the crit is really not high. The crit is really low. If you compare it to an example game. And this is a Wu that has 0 dust. It's all more than doubled. We'll have to see. So I wouldn't spend gem on VIP unless you get to certain threshold. The first threshold that you want to get to, if you can, is going to be, I think it's VIP 10. Is it VIP 10, 11? Yeah, it's VIP 11. VIP 11 is a good one because you get not only a few bonus, but you get the SP limit, AP limit, which is quite nice. You get Immortal Defense, which is quite nice. The SP limit purchase, I don't really buy the SP, so it doesn't really matter. But VIP 10, 11 is a decent place for free-to-play to get early on. Be careful with your gem though. If you are working on a Oli or even a Chaos Immortal, Rune Factory is actually a good place to spend your gem. Rune Factory is not as it used to be when it came out. When it came out, not only because it replaced Sparks of Galaxy, which was amazing, it was not in a good spot. Now Rune Factory is in a way better spot. It's a lot of gems, but it's still, if you have a lot of gems, a decent place to place them. But as a free-to-play player, again, Oli, Shadow, not cheap. Chaos, you need to be careful on Crimson Moonlight. It really depends on your account. The other place is going to be Golden Path. In your Golden Path, you need to max out your YSS if you're doing YSS. It's quite a lot as a free-to-play to get, so it's going to take some time. To use your gem, you need to buy the $5 pack at least, so you're not fully free-to-play if you use gem in the Golden Path. But if you do spend that $5 Golden Path, a lot of gem can be spent there. 100% free-to-play, at the moment it would be AP, SP a little bit, not too much. Certain event, you can go for VIP when it's the DICE event, or you can also do Rune Factory a little bit when it's the DICE event. Don't do the, by the way, don't do the chess here. If you're really early season and it's still the skill tokens, it's not as bad if you use a bit of gem because you can sell the tokens and then buy in the wish shop. But definitely do not use KVK coins or gems for these immortals. The chance is too low. You're going to get a lot of these. You're going to get a lot of these. Most of the time, it's not worth it for these immortals. So you're planning to do season 2 twice. You can definitely do season 2 twice. So my recommendation when it comes to jumping back to the same season, as long as you have the portal and it's not too expensive on portals, do it. You cannot revert back. So example, me, if I wanted to go back to Conquest, I just cannot do it. Just can't. If you can afford the portal, by farming the resources, giving it to the cities in KVK. You're able to get enough portals. You can jump with a few friends, still enjoy the game with them. Do it. It's gonna help you down the line for sure. Don't overdo it though. If you stay too long in, example, season 2 or conquest, the moment you go to legendary season, if we're still in legendary season, the older player, I mean, if it's not a new season that has come out, you're gonna feel the hurt because the difference is gonna be massive. You might be doing very well in TOS conquest, but if you stayed 3 seasons in TOS, in conquest, and you did not buy a lot of red skill, a lot of chaos model, you're gonna go from maybe top 50, top 100 in conquest to 1,000 in legendary. So you're gonna feel the hurt. I have one more question here. Merlin, Dido, Ragnar, YSS. What would be the recommendation for the first skill token? You're going to need to go with a skill token either for Merlin. That would be, example, Spell Disintegrator or Abundant Spirit. Or you're going to go with a skill that's going to counter a lot of what players are doing. You can go with No Escape. You can go with Energy Shield. That would be my best recommendation. It also depends if you're doing a red skill, right? Because if you're doing a red skill for Merlin, then you can afford to go No Escape. If you're not going a red skill for Merlin, I think you need to get a good skill for Merlin. No Escape is still an option because No Escape is extremely good. It depends on what you're doing at the moment. Are you planning for a red skill? I wouldn't go for Weakening Curse first though. Yes, you're going to counter Alex a little bit with Weakening Curse, but it's too specific to Alex. I think if you go for a first token skill, it should be on your Merlin for damage or No Escape. No Escape is just going to be good against anybody that doesn't have Fountain of Life. And honestly, if you're fighting somebody with Fountain of Life, with that much without a red skill, you're probably going to lose anyway. So don't worry about Fountain of Life. Go with No Escape. It's a way better universal skill than Weakening Curse for your first token skill. Weakening Curse, in my opinion, would actually come after No Escape, after probably even Energy Shield maybe. But you have double tank. So because you have double tank, Weakening Curse is a good get. But do No Escape first. If you don't get any red skill on your Merlin, do Spell Disintegrator before Weakening Curse as well. Oh, it's way too easy to farm 11 portals per frost. It's really easy. The only thing, especially the thing about jumping back multiple times, is if you can afford it once or twice, you're going to be able to afford it because as you go, your building is going to be max. You're only going to work on your academy researches. So you're going to be able to get that resource, spend it on the city and the gates to get coins in return, and then buy one portal every day. At 11 portal, for sure I jump back. Anybody in legendary season needs 70 portal nowadays to jump to another server, and they're not even jumping back. Like they're still in legendary season, right? So I jumped to 277 last KVK, 70 portal right away. It's just how the game works now. So jump back. At 11 is cheap. Is there a way for a Alex to be... So Weakening Curse is supposed to be a very, very hard counter to Alex. The reality is Alex is still going to do what he has to do and do a lot of damage. There's no way anymore to counter Weakening Curse in full. Purification used to counter Weakening Curse, but Weakening Curse was useless when Purification was able to cancel it, so they changed it. Weakening Curse is not canceled by anything anymore. But again, if you're an Alex player and you see Weakening Curse, it's not 100% sure that you're going to lose. So Weakening Curse is a good counter. Is it destroying Alex? The answer is no. Alex is too strong at the moment. At the moment, nothing can destroy Alex. That's also just the reason why you don't want to focus on Weakening Curse for the first skill. No Escape is going to make a way stronger impact. Regarding jumping, I'm in Season 1 and the friend I have asked about him meeting us in Season 2. Not to be one of the stronger than the majority of the server. I think if it's to play with your friend, it depends. It's always better to play the game with friends, right? So if you want to enjoy the game with your friend, go for it. But if you jump from Season 1 to Season 2 and you don't wait for your account to take over Season 2 naturally, it's going to hurt you. The best way to go about it is to actually let your account take to Season 2 and ask your friend to jump back to Season 2 when you're Season 2. It's going to do the same thing. Maybe take a little bit longer for you two to play, but he's going to be stronger and you're not going to hurt by moving up a season. Moving up a season is very, very hard on an account. You're losing so many days. You're going to be behind. Josh, don't do both Abundant Spirit and Spell Disintegrator because No Escape is extremely good. Do one of the two. I would recommend Spell Disintegrator first and then go for No Escape. You can even do No Escape first. Honestly, No Escape is an amazing skill. You can go Fighting Master, Concentration, and probably Annihilation on your Merlin for now, or maybe Chase for now. And it would justify getting No Escape. If you get Spell Disintegrator, you would then get No Escape after. You can do it, Gems, I think. The way you want to do it is, it depends on your server, but if you can find 1 or 2 dead castle, cycle through them. So here in 277, it's a little bit harder. I need to, example, do this one. I can relocate to the next one before I hit. Example, this one. And then I can hit it. Both are going to give me around 20 million. And then I can move to the next one. But if you're in a situation where you have a lot of dead castle, it's just going to cost you AP. That's pretty much the only thing that it's going to cost you. And you can use form as well if you want to. The way that you do it, I'm going to explain in a second. But example here, if I want to cycle through dead castle, I can gain that 150 in a few minutes. As long as I cycle through a few of them, I'm going to scout 3 of them. All right, so here, 3 castles nearby, 30 million. Here already, just by this guy, right? I can hit it until he's almost dead. I would say probably 5 hit. So 5 hit is around 6 to 7. Well, your account is lower, right? So maybe around 4 or 5 million per hit per resources. It's going to cost you AP, but you're going to get to it. Now, if you cannot find dead castle around, it's going to be harder. You're going to need to create a form or you're going to need to form it, which might be harder. It depends on the situation of your server, I would say. Not necessarily completely stop farming gnomes. It depends. Again, if your main team is already max leveled, and you were working your second team, you can slow down. Do the minimum of gnomes for the mission. If you're doing, example, the dailies, make sure you do that. If you're doing one of the battle pass or the golden path, make sure you kill enough gnome for that. But then you can convert your AP into resource by killing dead castle instead. It's worth it to revert back at once or twice. If it's only 11 portal, it's not too hard to do. Again, I say that because it's easy where I am with this account, but it depends if you can find a dead castle or not. And you can gem. It's still worth it to gem. Even if you use you max out the gem, the middle one every day. I need to go back on the account that I actually gem AP, but it's worth it. A few portals for a few gems, it's worth it. Again, I know that you're 100% free to play, but Golden Path, if you're not 100% free to play, is also an option for portals. So here it's 500 of this currency. This is actually not a lot of gems. If you can afford $5 of the Golden Path, you're better off gemming the Golden Path than gemming your AP for resources, because 500 is not too expensive if you gem it. No Escape is definitely a good choice. Now be careful, No Escape is higher level. So if you are very, very early season, make sure that you can unlock No Escape, which is 54, right? That's something you need to be careful about. Because example, if you go spell Disintegrator, it's only level 38. So that's something that you need to be very worried about early on. So don't gem the VIP too much. Yes, VIP do matter a lot later on, but honestly, a good team VIP 15 is still going to lose to a bad team VIP 10, or the other way around. A good team VIP 10 will beat a VIP 15 bad team. The VIP, what is really nice is all the other buff though, but I wouldn't use too many gem on it. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, let me know. I'll be ending the stream soon. I know one player also sent the team into submission here on the Discord, so I'm going to do that while you guys ask a few last questions before I end the stream today. It's already been over 2 hours. Wow. Okay. All right, so here we have a very good fire team with Matilda, Wu, Hippo, and Trajan. Let me just make sure you guys can see. All right. Oh, so he already has a red skill. Now, at level 2, it's a little bit low. It's fine. You can still use it. You'll see it's going to do some damage. Make sure you bring this to level 5 or 6 before you do anything else, for sure. Because at the end of the day, with the Wu, your infinite firepower is the red skill you want. Now, you need to be careful. You don't have Fighting Master. When you're fighting player, I do think you probably lose some battle that you should win because of no Fighting Master. If you're fighting an Alex team, this is fine. The chances that your Wu gets done is lower. You also need to be careful about No Escape, but I don't know if it's because you're still early season and you're maxed out. So No Escape is going to help you keep 3 damage spell for sure. But this is a good setup if you don't need Fighting Master. If you need Fighting Master, I would either replace Spell Disintegrator or Chase for Fighting Master. This one here is not necessarily the best skill. There's a limit on it. I think you should move away from it, honestly. You could do Adrenaline Rush, which would give you a same kind of spell, but more consistent. You can also do Fighting Wheel. Fighting Wheel is going to be very good for your Hippo. She's going to do some damage whenever she's hurt. This is fine as well. This is a good setup. Now, I see that you're working very heavily on your woo. This is the correct option. Make sure you get your woo in a good spot. Yeah, this is a good team. Good work in progress. Only skill I would change really is this one for fighting will. And if you fight a Himiko, if you fight a Wu with Cyrus, if you fight any team really that has any kind of stun or CC, you definitely need Fighting Master on your Wu. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Again, the Discord has now reached almost 200 players, so really good there. Keep asking questions on it. A lot of players are able to answer, not just me. I get busy at times, so I very enjoy and thankful for people that are also answering in the Discord. You can always tag me as well. I try to read everything. If you have any question when it comes to the Discord for submission, just ask. We're going to answer you. And I'll try to do more streams with code giveaway. Now, I only get one code a month from the VIP system, but I've been asking if I could get more codes, and if I can, I'll give them away. Thanks for being here, guys. Enjoy the day, the rest of your day, if it's late or at the evening. Bye.